Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included. This is the Triple Printer Challenge, and in the last episode here, we completed yet another self-powering electrolyzer system, which is working out really good. Over here in the left, we also finished off the natural gas generator system, so that should produce quite a lot of power. And leading us to what will hopefully be the topic of the video today, which is exploring this biome down here, which is kind of the slime biome, where I have a lot of polluted water, but we also have a very key ingredient to my base, which is algae, because I still need a lot of oxygen. So, for the most part, this base has lived off of, deoxidizing the algae into oxygen, and then producing that and living within the space that is provided. However, the living within all of the oxygen that has been produced from algae. So, my easy sources to get more and more algae, as far as just without exposing myself to germs, has really started to dry up here. There's not many places where I can dig to get more algae, so I'm starting to run low. I'm not running real low. I keep topping myself up. I keep finding little pockets of more algae, like right here. I can dig that up, and that gives me a little bit more to make it to the next cycle. And the big thing is that I've also done electrolyzer systems, which has really offset the amount of algae I'm using. However, I'm definitely not, away from using algae, and I may never be away from using algae completely. As many of you guys have talked about in the comment section down there below, if I make it all the way to cycle 100, if I make it to a cycle 100, the amount of oxygen I will need at that point is going to be ridiculous. I've been there once before with the 100 duplicant video, which I started off with 100 duplicants, and as you can imagine, it didn't take long for everybody to die. But the amount of oxygen that I was trying to produce in that short little one episode thing was ridiculous. And that's where this base is going to try to go, but actually try to build itself up to get there. So that's a ways off. However, what I got going on over here is how I'm actually going to get algae out of that space down here with all the germs, since germs are now part of the game, and we gotta work our way around it. I have a gas pump here, and this is going to be sucking down some chlorine. But inside of this area is also some bleach stone. So I'm going to mine up the bleach stone and put it into storage containers right down below there so that they give off more and more chlorine for the space. Because at some point, I will burn up all the chlorine here. I do not have a chlorine geyser that I've located yet. If I do, then I will have a permanent source of chlorine that I could use to clean, my ore up. However, until then, I'm going to need to find sources of chlorine in order to, basically get rid of germs. And the best sources of chlorine that I have is bleach stone. So right down here is a little water lock, and what I'm going to do is just kind of build this stuff up, and then I should have everything I need in order to get people inside of these exosuits to get them down here to start digging. And that's going to be priority number one, and that's just going to be excavate the area, and then we'll worry about bringing it up and scrubbing it. Well, I don't know. The duplicants will decide what they're going to do, but I'm going to make it a lower priority than digging everything up. The other key thing here is I'm going to be pumping this polluted water through the water sieve, which will then replenish the amount of water I have, because this is starting to dwindle down a little bit. However, we're only using it to cook, but still, we are using it to cook, and it's very important to have a nice, large source of clean water to use inside your base, so that's what I need. Not to mention, if I'm going to continue to scale up the electrolyzers at an even faster rate than I'm already doing, then I'll need more and more water. Right now, surprisingly, how the power system and how the oxygen system is working is that I am still, from the looks of it, not burning up more water than what I'm getting out of my polluted system here. Although I do see that these are empty, so things are not backing up. Maybe I am just slightly outrunning it, which would actually be good. I mean, it means I built enough electrolyzers. I tried doing this with just a couple, one duplicant, or I did it with 3 duplicants, where they used the lavatory, and then I recycled the water and burnt it up inside of an electrolyzer to turn it into oxygen and hydrogen, and it was not enough oxygen to live off of. So I know that I need to bring in external sources of water in order to produce enough oxygen to live off of. So I'm going to turn this one on to auto bottling. That way I can get people over here, and they're just going to fill this area with a little bit of water. That way they can just kind of step through it. In the meantime, I have some algae over here that I can dig up. So there's a little bit of an exploration of duplicants, so we can go over here, dig, and then run back. That door is pointless. I don't know why it's... forget it. Just leave it. There you go. I'm running a little bit of an experiment here. We'll see what happens. All right, so looking at the power, this is what I have going on so far. If I look at the amount of hydrogen I got, I have more hydrogen than I can pump. And this one over here has kind of got, well, I think it's nearly back all the hydrogen. It will kind of damage this generator. I'm not worried about it too much. But as far as power is concerned, I should be able to run my base, all of this equipment that's inside of here, off of hydrogen alone. And then everything outside of here, it looks like I'll be able to run off of the natural gas. And it's kind of working out that way. So if I re-enable that, what happens? Click. Which means I can deconstruct that piece there, because I don't have to worry about it anymore. And all of this is pulling from those batteries, which is being supported by that hydrogen generator. Power transformer, if I stick this, do I have a good spot to put that? Let's just do this. We're going to deconstruct the buildings over here. I'll put in another hydrogen generator right in this area, also another power transformer. Tell you what, I'll just deconstruct some of this. There we go. Right here, and then I connect to that. There we go, with a conductive wire. Boom, just like so. Then I can get rid of this wire, and then run that one down to this equipment over here on the right. Down, and then I'll just use a wire bridge just right there. So all of this equipment over here will be supported, and all of this equipment will be supported, and all of that will be supported. It's a lot of stuff running off of one wire, but I think it's okay. And if I take a look at the flow of gas, is this number. I want it to go past this generator, and if it can't be used there, then it'll just keep going on to the other generator. Kind of makes me want to filter this, but I'm not too worried about it. Oh yeah, and you guys noticed right down here that I had made a mistake with my automation wire. This should go around that so I don't keep turning off that electrolyzer. Alright, so it's time to connect all of those to the power source. And then I should also connect. And then I'm going to run this wire back up to that gas pump there, because otherwise I could pull a little bit too much power here and cause something to break. It'll be just over 1,000. But there we go. That should take care of that. I think the other thing I want to cap off is this up here. So we'll go ahead and make sure we cap that off before we start pulling a vacuum and drawing in a lot of hydrogen into the space. So we don't accidentally make this and expose a bunch of duplicants here to the wrong stuff. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. I think I'll dig that one spot deeper and then also put it in a tile right there. Looks like there are moments where I am potentially drawing over 2 kilowatts. Potentially. It's pretty high. I think if I throw some research on, I might have a problem. Let's find out. If I go ahead and try to do some plastic research. Oops, I made that priority higher. Less! Don't do it yet. Do anything else. At this point, I'm going to re-enable the checkpoint, so you need the exosuit to get past here. So many things getting built here. Dun, dun, dun. There we go, there we go. How about this power? Anything blown up? No? But man, is it close. There's just like these tiny batteries down here that are overheating. They're randomly placed on the map. You know, like they're in some sort of thing like this. Chlorine. Any real high area of chlorine? It's usually a good indication that there might be a a geyser around, and I haven't seen any spots that's like super high. What about temperature? You know you're around a steam geyser when you see something that's really hot. We do see steam right here, so there might be a steam geyser buried? Possibly? I don't know why there would be steam right there. But then again, there's steam down here as well. But I don't see a steam geyser. I already have people in this area, so let's go ahead and just dig a little bit. See what we find. Alright, so I got the exosuits up and running. We can see Meep here. Just enjoying his little time inside of an exosuit. That's awesome. You can also see the oxygen is flowing into these from this pump right up here. I might actually need a couple pumps to keep up with demand down there. We shall see now chlorine is going to start flowing into the ore scrubber, which means I can actually start to mine this stuff up again. So here we go, for the first time ever. Boom, into that area. Power-wise, what do I want to do? Maybe I want to run the pumps, the air pumps off of this one, and then run the water pump, off of that. That makes more sense. So I'll just extend the spaghetti wire over here and disconnect it, behind there. So get rid of that wire, that, all of that will go away. Harold, not yet. Stop, Harold. Oh no. Ooh, increase the priority on that, level 8. I just noticed how much polluted oxygen is down here. 10 kilograms, very, very high pressure, especially because of I call it evaporation. Evaporation of polluted water into polluted oxygen. It slowly gives off polluted oxygen, which is a good source of oxygen if you need it, but that's still a lot, and I don't want all of that in my base. I'll put a deodorizer down here so we can actually get some oxygen down there. Oh no, I just heard the printers fire up. Gossman, welcome to the base. We got Frankie and Camille. Alright, well I do have a duplicant. So Peter is the name that was pulled from the Patreon supporters. But since it's a female, I'm gonna go with Petra. Thank you for your support and welcome to the base. What about Camille? I think we've seen a lot of Camille's thus far. Yep, we got another one. And so I shall name you Curtis. Also, welcome to the base and thank you for your support. That means I need more places to put the dupes. Oh my gosh. I gotta really finish this one off. Can they just like not get there and that's what the problem is or something? Build that. Make it a higher priority, guys. Man, it's been like priority level 6 forever. There you go. Build it up. Oh, I've got a whole nother area right up here that's ready to go. Lucky for you guys. There you go, right there. Stations, furniture, cots made of glorious granite. Oh, I've got a noisy dupe too. Great. So we'll just do that number once again. And more stations, more cots. And we'll throw in a canvas there, and a canvas there, and a canvas there. And Ari, I'll eventually assign you to that cot once you get there. Just gotta remember that. Ari needs her own cot. And this needs to be finished. Just like so. It doesn't quite line up. Alright, so while many people will be down here digging, that doesn't mean everybody's, that I have 41 duplicates. So I think it's still worthwhile to go ahead and continue to build up this stuff right here. Gotta get real good at putting down this blueprint here, even though it's not a blueprint. What about food? How is that working? I think we're doing real good down there. So for food, I'm going to continue to expand that. No point in ever stopping, considering I have a bunch of gas down here. A bunch of chlorine that's found its way into the wrong spot. It's actually halting the amount of food I can grow. If I end up with water without any food poisoning in it, I might just completely get rid of this and just go with this tank over here on the left. That way I can continue to build more and more farm. Ultimately, I want to mine this out, but I'm just not there yet. This has to be like really high priority. Come on, more water, guys. Here's what I can do, just so I can hurry that up. I'm just gonna mop this water up. That way it'll end up over there. I'll mop that up as well. Even some of this stuff. Insufficient oxygen generation. That's annoying. You see how Ren can get through that area right there? So that'll make for a real good lock once it's done. How's the temperature looking inside of this area? I think it's doing pretty good. I want to actually make that above, let's say, just 5 kilograms. Not much, but just above 5. So it's more than nothing down here as far as polluted water is. And then when that gets pumped out, that'll run, oh, right there to the water sieve, which is not connected to anything. It should be connected to this right there. Deconstruct that. Perfect. Now the first order of business down here is to dig. Dig and dig and dig and dig. And I'm gonna go ahead and make a little couple of mesh tiles, and then I'll dig all of this out. And then I'll throw in a ladder here, and I'll dig about as much as I dare. I don't really want to drop water, but I can safely dig out this much right here. And that as well, and that as well. Just kind of trying to keep this with a couple of tiles so that it doesn't break. I'll just put down a couple of big mining shafts here. Just take care of all of that. Boom. So that's plenty of work for anybody to go do. Take a look at the oxygen. Alright, we're doing pretty good. Alright, I'm going to deconstruct the buildings here and also put in another gas pump so that I can move up to 1 kilogram per tile here to fill up these exosuits a little bit faster, which they are not doing right now. So if I take a gas pump, give it some power, like so. And then I run that gas pipe just down here, and then use a gas bridge that allows those 2 packets to stack on top of each other so that they turn into 1 kilogram, which is the maximum that this can hold. These docks actually hold quite a bit of oxygen, so right now the first one, this one's getting all the attention, and then it will eventually cascade out here to the other exosuit docks. For whatever reason, this bottle emptier is not moving enough liquid. Here's some good news though. The liquid over here that's in this spot, well, I don't think it has any, it doesn't have like a significant amount of food poisoning in it. I don't know, I'm gonna mop it up real quick and we'll see if it actually stays that way, but it doesn't look like it will have any germs in it, at least from the early signs. I'm also gonna sweep it up in there too, so it's just so it's clean. Turner and Bert both got stuck on some ladder. That's unfortunate. I guess this is where I can finally deconstruct this ladder that I've been putting off forever. Look at the traffic in this area. I mean, it is like a madhouse. So many duplicates. I mean, you guys might as well just sweep this while you're here. Oh yeah, see, there we go. All of that exosuits. Perfect, looking good. We're emptying some bottles down here, so that's now locked off. Yeah, it's coming together. I've got too much liquid down here, so I'm gonna dig out that spot and let the water flow down, and then maybe I'll be able to mop it. We'll see. I'll flow down here and wreck this bomb Lily's day. Look at Nom Nom. Just underwater like a pro. Oh, that reminds me, I can totally dig out underwater. Dig, bruh. Oh, wait, there was a reason I wasn't going to dig that. Can I mop any of that? There we go, I can mop a little bit. There we go, so now I'll get some nice kilograms out of that. Which means Stinky here. Where you going, Stinky, bruh? Stinky? Stinky's gonna make his way to the micro musher. Okay, fine. I thought he was gonna take that and take it all the way over here. And finally close this area off. Frankie here has a digging ability of 11. These exosuits give them a plus 10 to digging. So now that I've got so many digging things down here, I should really find some people that are just good at digging and just have permanent diggers. So who are my best diggers? Stein, you're gonna do nothing but dig. Nom Nom, nothing but dig. Frankie, nothing but dig. And Harold, nothing but dig. Dig, dig, dig. Enjoy your exosuits. And I guess Travaldo is also a digger. So I should have pretty much all my miners figured out. And they're gonna have a good day down here inside of their exosuits. Okay, so we see what's going on here. I'm moving what contains 1 gram or 1 kilogram of oxygen. Crap. How's this natural gas getting in there? Get out of there. I must have sucked. Oh, I've sucked up way too much oxygen. Man, I thought I was going to avoid a filter. Alright, I'll build a filter right there. Oxygen will find its way out. Everything else will find its way to a different location. Alright, well I still have too much liquid down here, so I'm just going to keep mopping that up. Hopefully some of that will make it to the bottle emptier, which is on auto bottle, so I don't know why it's still having issues, but hey, whatever. We'll also make this thing here so that I get nothing but oxygen down there. And it should be powered up by this guy already. Hopefully it has enough power for everything. How much does a filter take? 120 watts. I'm okay. And it's already plugged in. Nice. Deconstruct those gas pipes. Make that oxygen. There you go. Re-enable. And we're off to the races. Perfect. I don't know if I want to wait for people to build ladders. You can actually dig in such a way. Let's see if I can remember how it is. If it's like this, and then you can jump up through the next area like so. If you just kind of repeat this pattern, you're able to kind of move through things. Now, that's not the pattern, but you're able to dig around completely without ladders. We did a challenge at one point, which was the no ladder challenge. So if I have a duplicant there, then they can step there. So it's like that. So it's like a 2-3-2 thing, right? Remember, something like that. Step up there, step up there. Nope. Is that it? So you come in here, you can step up. Nope. Gonna go ahead and put a nice high priority on the ladders so that somebody comes along and builds them so that my miners can stay doing their job. Another way to do this is just to have little landings to where they can jump across. Just to kind of make sure that they continue to navigate. That also kind of helps them out. That way you can keep digging just like so. I could just take this and just go all the way across. Dig up all of that. So long as I continue to have little spots where they can jump across. And of course if I forget something, you know, they'll get stuck and die. So the key bit there is don't forget anything. So the amount of algae I have now, 6 tons. Nice. That's moving real quick. How's the oxygen in the base? Oh, it's okay. Let's go ahead and re-enable that. Ooh, but that's going to draw more power than I have. Forget it. Turn it on. We're just standing there doing nothing. It's because other people have the job of dig, not just these people. This is where I wish they had something like you have over in RimWorld, where you can actually set like number priorities. For those of us that really like to micromanage things, that's pretty useful. Frankie. Yo, find something to do, Frankie. Frankie quite literally has no job. Your job is nothing. Now don't you go making terrible art. I mean, that's anything but that. Oh man. Meep's hatch just went and got stuck in a pneumatic door. What can I say? Let's just start to kind of sweep up some stuff, because why not? It's all over the place. Alright, let's see if I can dig all the way up. See what happens there. See if I can see something up there. I could probably dig this up too. We haven't done that. Just give people stuff to do. Unreachable build. Bro, come on. You can reach that. There you go. All right, so how's this system over here on the left doing? If I look at the temperature on this. Oh, it isn't bad. It is at 80 degrees up here with the gas pump. But we see the natural gas generator, that's pretty decent. I knew things would settle, and I knew that the hottest stuff inside of here would be right around 80 degrees. I've done this a couple of times before. Even though this is surrounded by abyssalite, it still averages out good. You know, mostly because this polluted water is down here, and that's what keeps everything happy. You can also see the amount of natural gas inside of here is a lot. I could possibly put yet another natural gas generator inside of here, because look at that. It's 5 kilograms worth of natural gas in there. So I don't have any oxygen in this area as far as people like running around and doing stuff. So if I got the extra power, then... Oh, that's right, Ari. Ari, you gotta go over here. Oh boy. Find your name in the list. No, come on, Ari. Move over there. Quit waking people up. Oh, it's still too much. It's running through the door. So unfortunately, that's got to move over just a little bit, or I got to make that a solid door. So if I take a look at the germs here, we can see that slime lung is now going to be in this area where all of this polluted oxygen is. It's not really finding its way out, so that's... Travaldo, do you got slime lung? You have a little bit on you, huh? Hopefully that gets killed off here pretty soon. One thing it might be worth doing here in the next episode or so is to actually make a place where duplicants can get sick, in case that happens. I can also make some medicine. I do have everything I need in order to make some medicine, so that'll be good. You know, just kind of prepare for the chance that maybe this gets out of hand and we have some issues, but it looks like this is working out real good. Pipe is blocked. Why is the pipe blocked? Oh, okay. Who is suffocating? Oh, because you can't get out. Oh, okay. We'll dig that. Nice bed. Come on now. All right. Saved. We're just going to disable this building. I don't know why I still have this terrarium down here, just sucking up a lot of precious water and carbon dioxide that should be filling up here and supporting the farm. Not sure, but it is down there, and I forgot about it for many cycles now. And they can get to it for the most part. So this slime, why is there slime in there? Oh, because I clicked on slime. Whoops. I meant algae. That's what I want. I'm gonna put slime. Maybe I'll put that right down there. That way, if it's in water, then it should not give off polluted oxygen. That's also kind of in that decontamination zone. If I turn this to 9, is anybody gonna do the auto bottling? Somebody, please? Yeah, so if I look at these germs, there is 0 surface germs. So once it's passing through the water sieve, you know, there's just no germs in it. I do have these dupes down here that are mining this. I don't know. Must be very, very minor. I'm not seeing anything like go down over here. Their immune systems are still 100%. Why? Everybody doesn't have anything to do. Well, we'll give everybody something to do here. We'll need more furniture. Always going to need more of that. I don't think I have enough mess tables, probably. Mess tables. Wow, I'm actually out of that. Put down a few more mess tables there. Some more cots. Some canvases. Bam. Ooh, even a sculpting block. Why not? Are we fancy enough to make a snazzy suit? Ooh, maybe. Just a few seconds here before these printing pods come online. They're at the end of a cycle, so we might end up shifting one cycle here simply because they, you know, the amount of seconds that go by is starting to add up here. But here we go. This will be the end of the video once we kind of get these guys picked out. Joshua, no, Grease Monkey, We're gonna go with the ugly crier. Welcome to the base. And who else do we have? Another Marie and Illyria. Welcome to the base. And that's going to be the end of the episode. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode of Oxygen Not Included. We got some cool things set up. Exosuits are rocking over here. I mean, I might even go as far as to make another one. You know, I was talking about this earlier. And start exploring off to the right and see what happens over there. Apparently nobody's ever going to go inside of here and make this stuff, but whatever. Okay, getting off track. Thank you guys for watching. If I've earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. Have a wonderful day, guys. I'll see you again next time. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.